Today on Good Morning with Sleepwell, we're going to be discussing the top 3 reasons why you should take a nap. And I may be sharing some personal experiences because I'm one of those who has to have it. And I like to also mention the fact that I bring in a special guest at one point, which I'm not going to give you any more clues, except it's pretty funny. Hope you'll stick around and watch. Thanks.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Good morning. Hi, I'm Javier.
And I'm Gretchen.
And this is Good Mornings with Sleepwell. And we've had a fun week. We had a chiropractor seminar.
Yes, we did.
I thought it was really neat. We had, about 4 couples come in for her?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was really excited for her.
Yeah, and she booked half of those. What she was doing was spinal screenings because people need to know exactly where they're having back pains and why and how bad it is. And she had this cool little gadget that she could do readings on there all the way down your spine so it could tell you where you were out so you could understand.
And if you follow us on social media, you know that I was diagnosed that I was dying.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah. But anyways, okay, so we had that. I was in Carlsbad yesterday, and the springtime weather struck again. I go through there in the morning, it's 52 degrees, and I'm coming back, and it's 39, and they actually have snow on the side of the road. I was like, wow.
Yeah, our weather has been terrible. As you can tell, allergies and stuff are affecting us. Because things are trying to bloom down here in 30 minutes drive. It takes you over 8,000 elevation. So up there, when it rains down here, it's snowing up there. And our evenings are still dipping down into the 40s.
Yep.
So we're kind of battling. I don't know if things want to bloom or hold off. It's just kind of chaotic.
Oh, everything's blooming. Everything. That's why our allergies are going crazy. It's just nuts. So we had that. We have some new couches in the store, or a new living room sets here in the store, which that's all your work.
Yes.
Yes, we're excited about that. We have 2 new products that Gretchen will be introducing to you guys here soon. We've got, help me out here, drawing a blank. We've got the pillow protectors, which are not only pillow protectors, but you want to talk just a little bit. Don't just tease it because you got to do the videos.
Okay, so if you are a drooler when you sleep, or if you have a lot of sweat, or if you have a lot of oil, this is a great way to protect a memory foam pillow.
Yep.
So we decided to invest into these, and it also has temperature regulation, so it helps you with coolness.
Great product, really great product. So we'll be videoing that, and then we also have something that she's been wanting for a while, and I have always said, no. And what is that?
Well, that doesn't narrow the field.
Well, the bed skirts, maybe?
Okay.
Okay, so I say no to a lot of product, and we'll talk about that later.
Okay, so bed skirts. Some of the structures that we have that have bigger spaces underneath, people request having type of bed skirts. They can hide the space where they're storing stuff. But then you also have some people that come through that like the clean look of a hotel bed skirt, but not a ruffly bed skirt. So the opportunity to have that is now here.
Yep, so we've gotten that, and we'll be doing little video shorts on that. We've also got some more sleep in the news, which was something I launched last week. Short 1-minute video about articles on sleep in the media. We've just got a whole bunch of stuff going on, and I'm pretty excited. Our video game has gone this far, and we're going to take it further, so I'm pretty excited about it. But today, we want to talk about the top 3 reasons to take a nap.
Nap.
Yeah, and as you can tell by the thumbnail on this video, one of us doesn't have an issue napping.
I would have to say I struggle with sleep all the time. And what that means is it's not my pillow, it's not my mattress. I can't even blame my husband, but I have vitamin D deficiency that keeps me exhausted all the time.
Which is really a big reason why we research so much, because we want to learn so much about recovery sleep for her. And I mean, it's so interesting. Just the sleep field is so interesting. But anyway, so top 3 reasons to take a nap. So you take it, because I know you love napping.
Well, I can just sit here and tell you about my ailments. When I wake up tired, for one, it's very hard for me to sit down and get into work mode because my mind is all over the place, so my focus is completely off.
Yep.
So my concentration is out the door. I literally have to focus on one little thing that I can draw into, and then I can kind of taper it down into focus mode. But it's not an automatic thing. And I even exercise in the morning, so it's not even about not gearing up before I come into work. I'm exercised and showered and here, but I still struggle with it as soon as I sit down.
Yep. So the number one reason to take a nap is going to be to improve your memory retention.
Memory retention, I would have to say, is harder for me if it's short term versus long term when I'm tired. I can tell you things that happened last week instead of things that I just did.
Yeah, and that's true, and that's not having enough sleep, but it's also a nap will help you with that because it actually will recall your short-term memory faster. Another thing that I know with me, what I get is I forget faces and I forget names. And when I've been able to nap or when I've been able to get like a perfect amount of sleep, I can remember faces easily. And what's funny?
So I can remember faces, but I can never remember names.
Oh, well.
If I have had great sleep, it doesn't affect. I'd be like, hi.
That's just an issue. So that
exactly
doesn't have
right.
anything to do with sleep. Right. So studies have actually shown the faster short-term memory recall. They've also shown the facial recognition. They also show that there's an increased ability to retain information, which was what she was talking about, being able to hold on to the memories that occur. So for you, I mean, I know Sundays are really rough for you because you require a nap on Sundays because you're just super dead tired after the week. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, Sunday is like my re-energizing day, I would have to say. Once we get into routine for the day, I even notice as I start trying to push through getting stuff done that I can't make good decisions. My body starts saying, you just need to go lay down.
And it really does happen because she just like it's almost like it's a sluggishness not only of body but of mind, right?
Yeah. As far as, trying to decide, should I stay up and get my stuff done or should I just give in and go take a nap? I've gotten to that point where I just give in and go take a nap because I can't think clearly anyways. My whole reasoning factors just go out the door. I start reacting instead of doing things properly. And
yeah. So I mean, naps are that super important. So when you wake up, what's one of the first things that you feel when you're awake?
When I first wake up, I feel like my body can function again. Because prior to my nap, it just kind of starts its shutdown mode. So when I wake up, I feel like I'm rested, just a little bit more rejuvenated. My situation is no longer about my fatigue. It's more about, okay, I can get this done now. I'm on a path. I can sit there and think about what I need to do and get them done in the order that I need to get it done. Whereas before, I was just trying to rush through stuff. There was no logic to it.
Which brings us to our number 2 reason to take a nap, which is it improves logical reasoning. And by that, it means that people that nap see an increase in their ability to solve like cognitive thinking problems, and they also they see an ability to overcome issues faster than people that don't take naps. And that's not to say that a nap is necessary, but what it is people that are sleep deprived or that are the type that need naps, for instance, like you, they see an increase in the ability to think fast and solve the issues. So yeah. So number 3 on reasons to take a nap, because number 1 was improved memory, number 2 is improved logical reasoning, and number 3 is it improves problem solving skills. So again, I give you, because you are a napper, what does that mean to you? Improves problem solving skills. Give me something personal about what it helps you with.
Well, I kind of touched base on it when I said I react instead of thinking through stuff.
Okay.
So when I'm really tired, I just want to hurry up and get it done. Whereas whenever I go through a process, I know I have steps to do before I can finish the process.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So instead of just reacting and just trying to rush through it because I'm tired, I have zero attention span. Everything is out the door. So whenever I do finally just say, okay, I'm going to take a nap, I can actually get out there, do my stuff, and do it correctly.
Right.
And if something goes wrong, I have a step that I can take. Whereas before, it would have been a reaction that I can correct something.
So it's almost like an escape to being normal again? Is that kind of what you're saying?
Yeah, the normality of life is just like a flow. You kind of go with it. But when you're tired, you stumble because you're not able to just work like you would normally. You're constantly struggling to get from one point to the next.
That's actually really good insight. And so when you take a nap, you're back in the mix afterwards, right? Is that what you're saying? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So talk to me a little bit about if your nap goes over the 20-minute mark. What do you feel if it goes over the 20-minute mark?
Like I need another nap.
Okay.
I have times where I wake up with a headache, but I also have times when my body goes to sleep, and it's really hard sometimes for me to just like conk out. It's weird because you're so exhausted and you lay there, and it takes a few minutes for your mind to just slow down enough where you can go to sleep, or you're letting go of the guilt that you're taking a nap, so you have to get through that so you can go to sleep, whatever it is. You're getting to that point where you can't just like set your watch, say, okay, I'm gonna set it for 20 minutes.
Okay.
You know, so it's really imperative that you kind of recognize what your surroundings are, and that you make provisions for it. My thing is a completely dark room. We have blackout curtains. I love Alexa when she plays her music for ocean sounds and stuff. Anything that's soothing, that drowns out background noises, and it's just a steady sound.
For ambient noise, try the music and audio category of the skill store in the Alexa app.
By the way, we have one in here.
We have an Alexa like 2 feet from the camera, so that's what you heard right there, which is actually kind of funny. I'm totally leaving that. So okay, so I'll just run down the whole list of what she just described. The feeling that she gets when it goes over 20 minutes, and you said that you feel like taking another nap.
Yes.
So that's actually a term known as sleep inertia. And what that means is when you go past a certain mark, your body automatically wants to go into the full sleep cycles. And those of you that are non-nappers, you'll experience this when you wake up before your alarm clock. Let's say like you wake up an hour before your alarm clock, maybe 45 minutes before your alarm clock, and you're like, oh, cool, I can wake up easy, you know, I'll beat the alarm clock this morning. But you let yourself go back to sleep for that 45 minutes. What you experience is your body starts another sleep cycle. And so sleep inertia is basically your body carrying on to another sleep cycle. That sleep inertia after a nap that goes beyond the 20-minute mark can keep going for 4 hours. And that's actually part of the problem that people have with naps. And me being a non-napper, I understand the necessity for napping, but I don't get why I feel lazy afterwards. And the reason is sleep inertia, because my body wants to take a full sleep cycle, which is a nice, anywhere from 1.8 hours to 4 hours sleep cycle to complete it, and your body will actually keep you sleepy that entire time. So that's what's going on there. Now you also talked about the ways to take a nap, and the one that I got that I want to address now before the end of the show is the guilt of taking a nap. Can you explain that? Because I think that society, namely people like me, see naps as, oh, well, I've got so much to do or whatnot. But what is the mentality behind the nappers on that?
Well, we generally don't have much time during the week to catch up on stuff around the house. So when we do have time, which would be our Sundays, to catch up on the yard and the house and stuff like that, and my body's kicking in and saying, you can't do this. And I'm sitting here going, but I have to. And then I finally give into it, and then I feel the guilt because then it puts extra work on Javier, or it takes me away from times that I can be spending games with my kids, you know, whatever the situation is. Because if I don't do just a 15 or 20 minute nap, I literally will sleep through to the 4 hours, and I don't have a problem with that. That's my issue. I struggle. So if I wake up after those 4 hours, I generally feel pretty good. But if I sleep for just a couple hours, I'll wake up and I think I'm even more irritable. I just wake up and I just don't feel good. You know,
Yeah.
like headache, pressure. I'm still exhausted. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just not a nice
Yeah.
person.
So basically, napping actually requires like a self-discipline to wake up in time. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I get that. Okay. All right. So recapping the top 3 reasons to take a nap. Number 1 is it improves your memory.
Yes.
Number 2, it improves your logical reasoning, your ability to solve problems. And number 3, it improves your problem-solving skills. So basically clears your mind to be able to follow the path to solve problems. And then the other thing that we've learned this episode is you don't want to go beyond 20 minutes because of sleep inertia, which sleep inertia is your body wanting to carry over to a full 1.8 hours or 4-hour sleep cycle. And also that you really shouldn't feel guilty for taking a 20-minute nap if it's rejuvenating and helping you work faster, smarter the rest of the day. So with that, I want to tell you that we will be having episodes on our new product, which I'm excited about because it's going to be her first time doing this type of episode. So I'm really excited. And then you'll see us also with Sleep in the News. And until then, remember, when you sleep well,
You live well.
have a wonderful day.
Bye-bye.
Bye.